Hey all, Exidian here. Today we're going to be covering part 5 of the 6-crop AFK harvesting and cooking farm. Part 5 will be covering the timer and circuitry. It is the last part detailing the farm itself. However, there will be a part 6 in which I will cover some frequently asked questions, fun facts about the farm, and small details that I missed in previous videos. Anyways, with that, let's get started. So, we've already covered the smaller pulse clock circuitry, so we don't need to cover that. Let's start by covering the way that the clock is turned on in the first place. So this long line down that goes all the way down here turns on the clock. However, this is the lever that turns it on, and the way this works is that a line extends under this belt over here to this logic gate. When the lever is turned on, the logic gate can activate, causing this logic gate to activate, causing this logic gate to activate, and then this little circuit loop keeps this logic gate on even when this line is off, because the line is off every other second. So this circuit here essentially ensures that this lever will do nothing unless this pulse clock timer is already on. Once it is, this the strength gets renewed with this generator. The reason we do this is we actually want the signal strength, we actually want the signal strength coming out of this logic gate to be a very specific number, and I'll get into why in a bit. But we then have this logic gate turn on, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds later, the same logic gate will turn off right as the clock or the timer starts. Now, why 5 seconds later? Well, for that we need to cover this. First, let's turn it on. Okay, so this is the system that makes the Shroommin run. Now, the logic, or in order for the Shroommin to run, we need these 3 doors to open up for a split second, this door to be open for 5 seconds, and this door to be open for 2 seconds. Now, in order to make that happen, the signal of the wire that comes out of here needs to be just enough to activate these 3 doors, but not enough to activate this 4th door. And the signal that comes, it's a little complicated, but comes over across here, down over here, and then over up here, needs to be just enough to activate this door, but not these 3 doors. That is why this generator is at the precise spot that it's at. Okay, so this 5-second delay thing is simply to allow this timer. We have a 3-second delay followed by a 1-tick pulse to open these 3 doors, and we have a one, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-second delay to turn this logic gate off because it gets turned on here, and then turned off after 5 seconds for this door. And then this line comes out over here and down here to open this door, and then this logic gate gets turned off after 2 seconds, so this door will open for only 2 seconds. So that covers the door mechanism. Now, what is the door, or how else is that door mechanism used? Well, this is a 15-second clock. 15 seconds on, 15 seconds off. It gets activated from this line going up here, all the way up here, which then activates this logic gate, turning on the 15-second clock. Every 15 seconds, the signal goes up here and over into here, which activates a 6-bit binary counter. We'll get into that in a second. There's also a reset switch for that 6-bit binary counter, which is all of this part right here. Right, so now the 6-bit binary counter. Making a 32-minute clock would be absurdly large. So instead, what has been done is a 30-second clock, 15 on, 15 off, was made. And if you combine that with a 6-bit if you combine that with a 1-bit binary counter, then you have on and off for the 1-bit times 30 seconds. That's 2 times 30. That's a 1-minute counter. So this would be a 2-minute counter. 3 bits is a 4-minute counter. 8-minute counter. 16-minute counter. 32-minute counter. So that's what the 16-bit counter is for. This is a compact design that I created based off of, I want to say, Nekojita's design, if memory serves. Now, the output of the timer is all attached to this one logic gate here. So, in other words, if any one of these bulbs are on, then this wire will go all the way over here to the logic gate, and since it's already got a generator and an electricity stick on it, it acts as a NOT gate. So if any one of these bulbs are on, this bulb is off. If all of these bulbs are off, this bulb is on. So what does that mean? Well, that means that since these bulbs will start off, since these bulbs will be in an off state to start with, and will get into an off state again after 32 minutes, that means that this here is a bulb that turns on at the 32-minute mark. In other words, every time the timer completely resets. Now, what does this line control? Well, this line goes out and down over here, and over here, and up here, and activates the drills, as well as, in addition, by extension of activating the drills, it also activates this crane that redistributes the seeds. Right. So it's actually been a while. If memory serves, I believe that this additional wire is... Where does that go, actually? It's been so long that I have forgotten. Ah, yes. This additional wire here has a bunch of timer circuits that makes it so that these drills will not be on for a full 30 seconds while waiting for the first light to turn on. They will instead be on for only 6 or 7 or 8 seconds, something like that. I know it's more time than is actually needed. I think it might be 8 seconds. Okay, so that covers that. Now, the other part. So, we've covered this one logic gate here, but there's also, so the signals get extended through here, and then we have a NOT gate right here, and all these do not have NOT gates, and they are all combined and go up into this NOT gate. So what does that mean? Well, that means so this NOT gate means if this light is not on, and them all combining into this NOT gate means do the inverse of that. So if all of these lights are not on, but this light is on, then this bulb here is on. And we've already seen what this bulb does, so just as a quick refresher, this bulb activates the gate mechanism. So, putting that all together, what does this timer do? Well, when you first turn it on, all the bulbs will be off, which will make this, well, we'll get into that. It won't necessarily make these drills activate, but we'll get into that in a second. After 30 seconds goes by, this bulb will turn on, all the other bulbs will still be off, and thus the gate mechanism will activate. So after turning this timer on, the player has 30 seconds to go through this door, up here, and wait here with the proper set and everything. So that's the gist of the timer mechanism. There is one other thing, and that is that the way I set this drill mechanism up, the output of this light goes to this logic gate here, which this logic gate is attached all the way to this circuit here. So in other words, if the circuit is on, and this bulb is on, then the drills can activate. If, however, the circuit is off and the bulb is on, the drills will not activate. And it should be noted, there's another part here. So I mentioned that there's a reset section for the counter. That gets activated here. Following the line, it goes down through here, which goes down through here. So this logic gate here, it all gets attached to this line, meaning when you pull this lever, under some conditions, the entire circuit will be reset. Now, what are those conditions? Well, those conditions seem to be, well, not seem to be, I know they are. This logic gate, which eventually allows the circuit to flow through to the reset section, is attached to this NOT gate, which is attached to this bulb. So if this bulb is off, meaning if any one of these lights are on, then power will go through this circuit, which will allow this logic gate to pass circuitry through it. So in other words, when you pull this lever, if any of the lights here, any of these 6 lights are on, then the circuit will reset itself. If all of the lights are off, the circuit will not reset itself. Now, that's important for making sure that the timings work out properly, but there's also one other thing, and that is that if this light is off, meaning at least one of these lights are on, meaning the circuit is going to reset itself, the circuit will reset itself and when you pull that lever, and therefore this logic gate will not allow power to pass through to turn on or will allow power to pass through to turn on the drills. If, however, this circuit was already reset when you pull the lever, so this light is on, the circuit doesn't reset itself again, then power was already going through this whole thing, meaning when you turn the circuit on, these drills will not turn on because there isn't new power coming onto the system. That's not explained well, I realize, in hindsight, but I'm having trouble finding the words to explain it properly. Suffice it to say that this section here is designed such that if the circuit resets, then the drills will turn on. If the circuit does not reset, then the drills will not turn on. Does that cover everything? Oh, if you want the drill, so when if you log out and log back in, there's a good chance that the circuit will reset itself on its own. If you want the circuit to reset so that the drills turn on, like if you want the circuit to have bulbs on so that when you turn it on it will reset itself and the drills will turn on, then there is a way to manually increment this counter, as you can see here by pushing this pressure plate. Pushing the pressure plate when the timer circuit is off, of course. Will manually increment the counter. So you can step on that pressure plate once before turning on the timer to ensure, oh hey look, the seeds. To ensure that the seeds pass along. And the drills will reset. Anyways, so that is the timer circuit in a nutshell. This is sort of the heart of the system. It kind of controls everything that happens and when it happens. So yeah, sorry for the longer video and the rambling, but this is the last part. So in part 6, once again, I will be covering frequently asked questions. I'll probably be giving one last brief overview of the system as a whole, and I will be covering fun facts and small things that I missed in other videos. Thanks for watching.